Hello SS fam, welcome back to another video. We got tagged by Flora Front to do 7 things you're gonna need as soon as you come to Canada. She asked us on Instagram to do 7 things that you're gonna need when you come to Canada. So Flora, here we go. So, number 1 thing that you're gonna need as soon as you come to Canada, housing. As soon as you come to Canada, the most important thing you're gonna need is housing. Where you're gonna live temporarily. Hostel, it could be hotel, it could be hostel, it could be you renting an apartment in somebody's house. Some people who have 5-bedroom flat or stay in 3-bedroom flat, they rent out their 1 bedroom to students. So the student, if you go to the student area, most people rent out 1 bedroom. Most people rent out their basement to people who are looking for temporary housing. So that could be a good idea to save you money, right? Because if you rent in a hotel, and depending on how long you want to stay before you make up your mind what you're doing, it takes time. Some hotels is $200 per night. Some are $100 per night, every night. But when you rent like somebody's basement or a room from somebody's house, that's gonna cost you just $500 or $450, and everything is all inclusive. So water is included, lighting. You don't have to pay water bill. You don't have to pay hydro bill. You don't have to pay for heat. You don't have to pay for internet. Everything is all inclusive in the $500 or $600 that you're going to pay, depending on the type of house, the area is located, depending on the location. That's how the person's going to price it. But it'll be beneficial to have that sorted out. You could do that before you come to Canada. There are different websites, and you go to RWU. They have off-campus housing, stuff like that, where you could find place to live as soon as you come to Canada. You don't even have to be a student, so you can find a place to live when you come to Canada, and it'll help you out before you make up your mind what exactly you want to do permanently. So number 1 thing you're going to need as soon as you come to Canada is housing. Number 2 thing you're going to need as soon as you come to Canada is a health insurance. Permanent residents of Canada and citizens of Canada and those who work full-time have health cards. So when we go to the hospital, we don't pay nothing. It's already, when you work, it's already taken out of your taxes. So we go there, get your treatment, the doctor treats you, you don't pay them, and you work off, because they take it from your taxes. But you just come from Canada, depending on your situation when you come into Canada. Sometimes you come on a work visa, sometimes as a student you come on a temporary visa. Those people you don't get the health card right away. And another thing that I've mentioned, the health card doesn't cover everything. So let's say your dental or severe health issues, your health card doesn't cover that for permanent residents and citizens of Canada. So that's why you need the health insurance. So you gotta buy health insurance to cover, specific illnesses, some type of severe illnesses. But for you that is coming to Canada for the first time that do not have the health card, when you go to the hospital, without the health insurance, you're gonna be spending close to just for 1 visit, you're gonna shell out like $1,000 to $800 just for a visit of, I have a headache, or I have a back pain, or I have a shoulder pain. You're gonna be shelling out $800 to $1,000 even. So it'll be good and very handy for you to get a health insurance before you come, or as soon as you get here. Get a health insurance. That way, when you go to the hospital, you're covered. The only thing the health insurance is not covered, though, it covers everything. The only thing not covered is the doctor's fee. Doctor's fee is something I think $30, $40. Because after you pay for the hospital and you visit and everything, the doctor is also going to send you a bill and say that's doctor's fee for seeing you. For some reason, it's not covered in their health insurance, so you got to pay that by yourself. So number 2 thing that you need as soon as you get to Canada is a health insurance. Number 3 thing that you need as soon as you get to Canada, social insurance number. Without a social insurance number, you're not going to, it's called social insurance number, it's called SIN number. We call it SIN. A 9-digit number that every employer in Canada is going to request from you as soon as you get to Canada. Without a SIN number or social insurance number, which is the same thing, abbreviated to SIN. Without a SIN number, no employer in Canada is going to employ you. So, not everybody get a SIN number. So depending on your situation when you come to Canada, you get a SIN number. So let's say you're a student, like in my case when I came in, master's student, you're entitled to a SIN number because you can work. There is school period section, you can work part-time and off-campus, you can work off school period when there's no session going on, you can work full-time. On your spouse too is entitled to work, so you can work your spouse is entitled to, a SIN number to work full time. Now, so depending on your situation, when you come into Canada, you could work. You're gonna get a SIN number. So temporary worker, you come in on a work permit, a student permit, you're gonna need a SIN number. So without a SIN number, no work. No employer in Canada is gonna employ you without a social insurance number, because that's how they're gonna. Everybody in Canada is assigned a social insurance number. That's how they know you. It's kind of like your key to Canada. Put it up that way. So that's how they recognize you. Everything that's tied to you is tied to your SIN number. So you need a SIN number right away. So how do you get a SIN number? You go to Service Canada. You have to bring your original documents for when you came to Canada, what reason brought you to Canada, and then with those documents, they're gonna determine what's how long your SIN number is going to be, because normally if you're not a permanent resident and if you're not a citizen in Canada, you do not get a SIN number. Every SIN number you get is going to have a different number, and it's going to have an expiry date depending on how long you have in Canada. So that's one thing you should know. Number 14 you're going to need as soon as you get to Canada is clothing, outfit. In Canada we have 4 seasons: winter, summer, spring, and fall. So you have to dress according to the weather. Let's say you come into Canada like right now currently is winter, so you come to Canada at this period and you will not properly dress. Wow, you're gonna have received the shock of your life if you come to Canada not properly dressed in the winter. Advice: buy a winter coat or winter clothing in Canada, because why? Especially when you're coming in the winter period, because the clothes outside are not designed for Canadian weather. Trust me, no matter how many times you read about it, or no matter how many times you go by it and say, oh, they have minus 17 degrees or they have minus 15 degrees in Canada, no matter how many times you read about it, you go through it in your head, what the weather is, what the temperature is at different times. When you're actually in the situation, when you're actually there in the way your body has never been in it before, it's gonna be a shocker when you get into it. So you want to have the appropriate clothing, the right clothing, as soon as you get to Canada. So, which makes your outfits, like when you come in the winter, very important, because you want to get your winter coat in Canada right away, because the winter coats are designed to stand minus 25 and upward kind of weather. So if you're not properly dressed, it could be a real big shocker when you come in the winter. And number 5 is gonna be job. You're gonna need a job when you come to Canada. You're gonna need some way to make income. You're gonna need some way to, regardless of what you come with, or most people come to Canada and they leave their family back home. Most people come to Canada and they come with all that they have, so regardless of how much you have, once you're not making something to add to it, it keeps decreasing. After that point, you're stranded. So you need a job to make sure you keep your finances going and you're in good standing. So you're going to need a job depending on your qualification. In Canada, one thing I have to mention, in Canada, it doesn't matter what type of qualifications you come with. They really don't care about what degree, how big your degree is, who you were when you come in. Their jobs are mainly, what they're really concerned about is what you can do. You could do this? Yes, show me. They really care about what you know and how long you've been doing it. Very important. It's really important. They really stress on experience, years of experience. Nobody wants to give you the first time for you to spoil the stuff. So they really, in terms of job, experience is a key. Knowing the job itself is a key. So number 5 thing you're going to need is a job. Number 6 thing you're going to need as soon as you come to Canada, you're going to need a bank account. Why? Because as soon as you get to Canada, you're going to need a way to do your transaction. Like I just discussed, a job. In order for you to get in order for an employer to pay you in Canada, for an employer to pay you in Canada, they need to do a direct deposit. For them to do a direct deposit, you need a bank account. Now, to open a bank account in Canada, you don't need to have a penny. Even if you don't have a dime, if you have bad credits, if you don't have a credit, you don't have a credit card, you don't have a credit history, you don't have a job. No matter whatever situation you're in, you can open a personal bank account. The bankers are going to walk you through it to open a personal bank account. Now, with your personal bank account, employers are going to pay you depending on the situation when you come to Canada. Your family back home, depending on how much you guys have, some people are very loaded. Your family will want to transfer money to you. They're going to do that through bank account, Western Union, stuff like that. And regardless of how much you have on you, you're going to need a place to keep it, right? So you need a bank account. Number 6 thing you need as soon as you get to Canada is a bank account for you to do your transaction, for you to keep your money safe, for you to, for an employer to pay you when you work for them. They need a bank account. You need a bank account. Now, number 7, and the final one that you need as soon as you come to Canada is the most important thing that we all need: money. Now, something most people miscalculate when they come to Canada is that when you come to Canada, unless you live in the UK, unless you live in Europe, or you live in the US, which their currencies are UK and Europe are bigger than Canada's currency, so, and then the US currency also bigger than Canada, so it makes no difference. As soon as you come, you're good. Every other country, when you exchange your currency, whatever you have, and you bring the Canadian money, sometimes is a shocker what you're going to get, what the equivalent of what you're going to get. So you could get millions where you come from. Oh, I have like 10 million, 15 million. When you come to Canada, that million quickly trickle down to 1,000, maybe not much, 1,000. So you're going to need to plan well. What would your expenses cover? What you need to plan and save yourself some extra, cut yourself some extra slack, save yourself extra. So you don't want to budget and use everything you have and just say, okay, it's going to cost this, and you just come with that right amount. Always create an extra space for extra bits to spend. That way you are safe. You're not going to be stranded, because whatever you have when you exchange it to Canadian money is going to be lower than what you already have. Except you live in those countries, as I mentioned before. Now, every other one, when you come in, your money is going to be, sometimes it's going to be next to nothing. So you're going to have to want to plan well what your money can cover, what you're going to spend on, and what you're not going to spend on. So you want to have good planning on how to manage your money. So that is the 7 things you're going to need as soon as you come to Canada. I'm going to run through them again. Number 1, housing. Number 2, health insurance. Number 3, SIN number. Clothing, what kind of clothing. Number 5, job. Number 6, bank account. And number 7, money. Those 7 key things, if you get them sorted out as soon as you come to Canada, you're good. But if you don't have one of them sorted out, if you don't have, especially the housing, you don't have those sorted out, when you come in, you could be in for a shocker. So there you go, Flora. That's your video. So until I see you guys again next time, thank you for subscribing to the SS Fam. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for sharing the video. I'm going to see you guys again in another video. Peace. We out.